How are you guys tonight? I can hardly wait to share with you what we have going on. It's a great night. Let's see if I'm live. Not yet. Not yet. Could be a small little tweak. So, let me just try one more time. Must be thinking about it. Let's go out, come back in. It seems to do this to me certain times of the day. You ever notice that? Let me go out completely. And we'll come back in. I really like it when we have some fun goods to talk about. All right. Let's go back in here. Good. There we go. A little bit slow tonight, okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yay. So we are going to have a little bit of fun. I am so looking forward to it. And I am going to do a t-shirt for you guys. So, first of all, I'm going to do this, stencil right here, and I'm going to open it as usual. It's a really cool, fun, I love the saying. Hi, Sandy. So good to see you. This is going to be fun. This is called, it's a horrible idea. What time? Okay, so I am very excited. Has a funny little corner on it. And I'm really excited about that because I think that's kind of fun. And I want to show you what t-shirt I'm going to use. And I'm going to use this t-shirt right here. Is that not the coolest ever? That is so fun. And isn't that cute? Yeah, I have some smaller ones too, but this is how it's going to roll. Now we lay this out on the table, and we are going to take our parchment paper, and we are going to, hold on a second. I got to find my sticky board. What did I do with it? I knew I was going to grab that, and what did I do with it? Here it is, right here. Here's my sticky board. I'm sorry. Now this one's a big one. It will fit in here. We do have smaller ones, and these are totally sticky. And we're gonna put this on the inside of this shirt. So we undo the package just like we would if we were doing our transfer. I'm going to take this out and put that on the floor. If you need to know what I used, you can just give me a shout out and I will send you exactly what I used. Or you can certainly go to the page, the www.COUTURE.com, Wild Chalk 1. And when we put this back on after we've cleaned it, there is a little note on there of which way to put it back on, okay? Because you do clean this off when you're done. Okay, now I am going to take this up like this, and you can turn it inside out, whichever way you feel comfortable. And I'm going to try it this way first because I have it laid out on the table already. And you're going to put that right up in the middle where I had it creased. And then you're going to let that fall down on the inside of that shirt. And you're going to stick that down so that your shirt sticks right to that. And see where my little middle is? Can you see the middle? It's just like right there in the middle. So we're going to make sure there's no wrinkles in it because we don't want any wrinkles. And this is really super sticky, okay? Super sticky. And if you have any questions, please ask. Don't be shy. Okay, now this is nice and big. Now this transfer that I'm going to use isn't that big, so it's not that big a deal. But I just wanted to share with you, if you have a big one like that, you can cut it down a little bit and you can make a smaller one out of it, or you can just buy a smaller one. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to pull this down so we can see the middle of our shirt, right down the middle, and you usually do about 3 inches. My fingers are about 3 inches, so I'm just going to take it right about there, and it's just right below where I have my sticky sheet. Then I'm going to put this right in the middle, and you do not have to fuzz it. And you just get that centered right on there. And I'm going to put it right about there. And I think that looks really good. Now, the one thing about it too, is you want to make sure that it's good and stuck down, okay? So you want to make sure it's good and stuck. All right, and it says, that's a horrible idea. What time? Hi, Pat. Thank you. Happy Thursday to you too. Thanks for hopping on. All right, so I love this. This is just the funniest thing ever. And when I was much younger, it would have fit, let me tell you. All right, so then, does that look straight? Does that look even? Or does that look a little crooked? I think it looks a little crooked. Huh. I think it looks a little crooked. I'm sorry. I gotta pull that back up. Sorry about that. Okay, I just looked down at it and I was like, wow, that looks kind of off. All right, so I think that looks pretty good right there. Probably because I've had the weirdest day today. But I got, you guys, I'm so excited. I got a new, yes, it was crooked. Is it still crooked? I think that looks good now. What do you think? Do you think it looks good? Let me fold this over like this. Oh, I think it could go that way just a tiny bit. One more time. One more time. Let me pull that forward a little. Yeah, let's put that down the middle. Down the middle and right. Oh, you know what's my eye? It's the blue. There we go. There's blue over here and not over here. So yeah, my little eye is retarded. There we go. What do you think? That's straight on up now. Does that look okay? All right. Okay, so that looks pretty good now, I think. Yeah. Okay. Now, here's one thing that I have to tell you, and I like to take my packaging and put it right over here because I don't want to get stuff on my shirt. And I'm very sloppy. You guys probably already know that, but Messy Marvin is my name. And so I just want to set that right there to make sure that I don't get anything on there. So this is one time where you want to make sure that your fingers are clean, your hands are clean, because your ink will not wash out, okay? Chalk, you can cheat just a tiny bit. All right, so I'm going to use this ink. This is blue ink. It's a dark blue ink. It's probably brand new. I haven't used it. It was color of the month. It's called Home. And yes, it is brand new. So you're going to take your lid off. You're going to open that little puppy up and set that aside. And I usually get it on my finger, but I did not. And then you're just going to give it a little stir, okay? We always stir everything before we get going, all right? And then you just stir that up. And then if you want to, you can take a little bit like this and put it on there like so. And just put a little dabble do ya, okay? And then you can take your squeegee. You're going to take your squeegee. You're going to go to the top there, and then you're just going to go right down and push that through, okay? So, how is your day? Are you guys having a good day? And this is super, super easy, super fun, super, it lasts wonderful when you are washing it, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's just take off the excess. You take off the excess, everything that you do, and make sure that you don't have little lines in there. Check your work. Now, sometimes with ink, you want to come back over it and make sure that it's gone all the way through, okay? Because sometimes, you know, it won't. Depends on the material too. It depends how much it soaks up. Cotton really, really soaks up a lot of the ink, and then this material here probably not so much. All right, so I just got it. And one more thing that's really cool about ink is it dry. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's pull this off. Are you guys ready? Now, normally I would turn it around for you to see, but we're not going to do that with this. Can you see that? I hope you can see how fun and how easy this is. Ta-da! Look at that. Is that not just the funnest thing you've ever seen? Okay, now, here's the rest of what you have to do when we are doing ink. Now, before you can heat press it, it has to be dry, okay? And dry means the ink has to be dried. So what I'm going to do here is, you want to be careful of your sticky mat, but I take and dry my ink just a little bit before I take the sticky mat out, because I'm afraid that I'm going to roll that over onto something else. And you know, I am pretty good at making a mess, so I'm trying to keep this off of everything. Isn't it cute? I just love that saying. And it is a little bit older transfer, okay? And I like some of the older transfers for t-shirts and stuff because they're just a little bit thicker. So I'm going to move this now. I've got everything off of my fingers. And I'm going to take the dryer, and this is the boring part, okay? So we have to get this good and dry. But what I'm doing right here is I'm drying this first before I pull it off of the sticky back, okay? So, how was your day? I know Pat said that her shoulder is just giving her fits. I'm so sorry, Pat. That's just so bad. Sandy, are you getting some good ideas here? What you might like to do? This really is fun. Really is fun. So the other thing, you want to be a little careful when you test it with your finger, because it stays wet just a little bit longer. So if you get this far and you don't have time to blow dry, because this is kind of like a, you know, it's like watching paint dry, you guys. It really is. And, but it's worth it in the end. But if you don't have to use this shirt for anything and you're not in any kind of a hurry, you can just hang it up on the hanger overnight, and then you can heat press it, okay? So that's really really cool when you don't have to hurry, okay? And I don't like to hurry, but I really want you guys to see. It's still a little bit too wet for me to remove it. I'll turn that up a little bit. It's kind of loud. I'm sorry. I don't know if my sound kind of doesn't turn down very good on my live, but we had such a nice and warm I know, we can't keep a sassy gal down very long. That's right. That's right. You are going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to feel better than you did today. I hope and pray. So angering though, isn't it? It's just like, why? So you have to be careful not to overheat the pad there. This particular dryer isn't, the COUTURE dryer is not as hot as some of the dryers normally are, but yeah. Hi Brenda! Hey, good to see you, girl. How hot is it at your house? Hi you guys, I'm so glad you're here tonight, thank you. I bought this shirt online. I bought it, I think I bought it, yeah, I think I bought it online. I can't remember the store. I was ordering from a couple of, I'll have to look it up. I can message you. 114! Oh my gosh, that is killer. Oh, I can look it up, Pat, and I can send that to you. I can send you where I got it. I have 2 different kinds, and I got them at 2 different places, so I'll look it up and see. The other color that I got has purples and blues and black. It's really cute too. Almost ready for me to take off the back. Let's give it a try. 114. That's just unheard of. All right. Boy, I remember those days when I was there. That was super hot. Okay, then you just kind of lift that up and take that out. Kind of the same way, but you want to be real careful that you don't roll it over on each other, because as soon as you roll that over on each other, then you're going to mess up your work. So, of course, I've never done that before. Never, never. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me get this out of there. This shirt right here is not cotton at all. Not at all. It might, well, I shouldn't say not at all. Okay, then you take this out, and then you can wash it off with a baby wipe real quickly, just to take off any ink or anything that's gone through, okay? And then you just put it over here, out of the way, until you can put your backer sheet back on it, okay? Could you hear that? Until you can put your backer sheet back on. All right, so then we want to keep drying this a little bit. And we want to lift that up so the air can get through it and dry it. I'll look and see how much cotton and stuff's in it. But, you know, if I would have took that sticky mat off before I dried it, oh my gosh, I would have had a little bit of a mess. So we don't want to do that. And then so I'll take this and put my dryer inside too, and dry it a little bit from the inside out. You know, I'm not real sure how hot it was here today, but we are having some pretty good sunshine too. We're definitely not 114, but yeah. Okay, so you can just keep drying until you feel that it's pretty dry. Get that airflow through there. And then once it starts getting ready, then I will turn on I have a Cricut Easy Press, but if you have a regular iron, you can use a regular iron on this too. So if you use a regular iron, you're just going to heat that up with no steam. No steam. And you are going to turn it on to whatever your shirt says that it's made of. You're going to set your iron to that, okay? And then you're going to do one side for 4 minutes with a regular iron. And then you're going to do the other side, 4 minutes with a regular iron, okay? I know, isn't it kind of cute? And I like that the inside of the middle is nice and clean, so that so the saying goes on there just perfect. Yeah. The last one I did one of the Mickey Mouse ones. I had one of my customers come in and make Smile, the one that says Smile. They think you're up to something. They did their own shirt, and that one turned out really, really cute too. So yeah. So let me just check this. It's getting pretty close. And this shirt is very thin. So that's helpful. That is very helpful. So yeah, this is nice and bright. It's kind of it's got a little bit of a shine to it. It's not all cotton. Let me look while I'm doing this. Oh, it doesn't say what it is. I have no idea what it is. I don't see a tag anywhere else either. I'm sorry. It's just got a shiny, kind of a texture to it. You know, look. I got it on my fingers. Oh, 72 right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're probably a little cooler. It's probably, 68 or something. It is warmer today. I have air conditioning in here, and I turned it off a few minutes ago, and it's pretty warm in here. But we didn't have the wind today either, so usually we have a lot of wind. Oh, you guys, I think this is, the H is still wet. Let's get that H dry. It's probably, who knows, but it might have been a little bit thicker. Let me power that up a little so we don't have to watch paint dry. So once this is heat set, then you can wash it or do whatever you want. And it holds up really nice. The letters are very smooth. They're not lifted. It's just a really nice feel. It just feels like your shirt. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I have lots that I've made for people. My mom, I made some for her when I first started, and they hold up. They look exactly like the day that she got it. So that's pretty nice. Okay. I think that is pretty close. Pretty close. Now I'm going to turn on my, and we are going to put it on 340. All right. Okay, and it's just going to heat up. All right, so we're going to take and we're going to get our ironing pad out. Here's an ironing pad. It was in the package, so you just take it out of the package. This is a bigger one too. And we're going to slip that inside. This is a E-Craft heat press, and it's a double-sided heat press. It's 13.5 inches by 17.5 inches, okay? So this is a little bigger one so that you can do larger spaces, okay? And then I'm just going to put this inside. And you just want to make sure that you got it good and right where you want it, okay? All right, so it's right there in the middle close enough. I could make it over just a little more if I wanted to, but it's right where my press is going to be, okay? Then you're going to take your and get that out of there. I hate it when they're brand new. Usually I use the little packages, but all right, now I didn't put that inside, but I want to put one inside too because I don't want my ink going through on my ironing pad. So put a piece inside and just smooth it out. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Perfect. And I can see through there. I can see that I got it there. Push that up just a little bit more. There we go. Make sure I don't want my heat press to fall off the edge of my mat. That's not a good plan. Wow, we're finally getting summer here. We don't have summer for very long. And we don't have warm summer nights for very long. Once the sun goes down, it gets pretty chilly. Oh, did you hear that? That means we are ready. Okay, and then you just take that and you put it right there over the top. And then you take your heat press, pull it out of the package, and you put it on, and it fits right on there. And then you just push your little Cricut, and you do it for 30 seconds. And you roll it around here. Now, this isn't sublimation. This is a heat press with ink, okay? So if you were doing sublimation, you would not move it around at all. At all. Sublimation, you do not move. Ink, you move, okay? So, oh, really? Okay. Wow. So, there's one side down, you guys. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. And it's smoking. Yeah. Okay, so it's ready to take and turn it over. We're just going to take this out. And that was 340 degrees for 30 seconds. Okay, now we're going to turn this over. And we are going to put this in like so. And we're going to put this paper back in and the mat. Okay, just in case. You just want to put it in, and you don't want to burn anything on your counter or the top of your table, you know, that you use. And that can happen too. One time I put my our mat, you know, that we use for crafting. It's got all the measurements on it and everything. I put that on my table right here. Oh, you guys. And stupidly, I pressed my item with that mat underneath, and I melted it. I melted it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh no, I was so sad. Okay, now I did get my, I'm going to wipe that off real quick. I did, see? I told you I'm Messy Marvin. Look, I got ink on that. Like I said, you can't take me anywhere. Let me get a clean one. See, I didn't clean off my squeegee. And so I stuck it right in there. And that's just a perfect example of a dork. Yeah, I'm sorry. But at least you get to see me do it. So be careful. There we go. Okay, so I got that off of there. I'm just going to move it over just a little bit. And we have it all down there, nice and flat. And let's sit this back on here for 30 seconds, okay? And remember, just push that on there and just let that go. And just wheel that around a little bit. I am very impatient to use a iron. I am not very patient at all. You guys probably know that just by watching everything that I do. But I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you like to do these things. This is so fun to put on a t-shirt, on some socks, on some shorts, on some jeans. You can just put it on anything that you want. Okay, and I'm going to turn that off. We don't need that anymore. And so far, so good. Let's take this out and show you our beautiful, beautiful shirt. I love this pad too. This is nice and long, nice and big, so you've got lots of room. And look at that. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that cool? That is so awesome, right? It's amazing. It is so fun. And you did it super fast. You got it all done and made something very, very, very cool. And quick. And the blue just kind of blends in. It's not black. I usually do black, but because black usually shows up pretty good, but excuse me. Yeah, inking is really fun. Thank you guys. I love the colors. Look how bright they are. And I'm looking at you on my on my messages there, and I'm like, wow. Yes, a little bit unique. Yeah. And I thought for the fun of it and for just a little bit different, as you well know, I have a COUTURE store that is a brick and mortar. So I'm kind of lucky. I kind of get to, you know, have some of these things and then have people come in and do the chalk or the ink. And, you know, I'm kind of lucky for that. And I'm very blessed. And I'm also blessed to have you guys on here and watch. I thank you so very much, my friends. You guys have a good night. Pat, I'm praying for your shoulder and your arm. And I'm praying for you, Brenda, that you won't croak off from the heat. And Sandy, I'm happy that you have a little bit of warmth so we can have some summer days. And you guys, thanks for hopping on. Like, follow, and share. And if you'd like to give me a heart, I would love it. Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.